This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Thursday, March 19th, 2020. The title of this rant is A Wartime President, the New Big Con for Re-Election as Coronavirus accelerates in the U.S. So every day, they're making all this stuff at the White House. They have this happy talk. All these people are there. They have their military uniforms on. They're somber. And basically the president is saying, I got 10 out of 10 because I'm doing such a great job. Everyone else is doing a great job. We have testing kits on the way. We're going to be able to do 900 million testings in 3 years. We're able to do 900 million a day. Everything that they're saying is just happy talk. We are so far behind. So let's talk about a couple things. Number one, the reason we elect leaders in the United States is because that there needs to be a sacred trust between government, let's just say the president, efficient and effective government. And that means that part of their job is to be prepared for unintended consequences, worst case scenarios, catastrophes, let's just say humanitarian problems, let's use hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, droughts, etc., military contingencies, military planning, also for medical and economic. And for the medical, what do we need to do? We need to stockpile certain things. We need to have them available. We have to have planning in place. We have to assess the planning. We have to review it. We have to change as time goes on. Again, stockpiling. We need to have contractors in place, signed contractors in place, that certain things will happen once we need them. We need to have a rainy day fund. Some of the states have that. Of course, the government probably really doesn't. And again, planning. And none of that was done with this administration. They poo-pooed it, they cut it back, and all that other stuff. So what is happening now? Well, just today, we have surpassed France and South Korea in terms of the number of confirmed cases of coronavirus. And what did those two countries do? They basically very quickly assessed the situation. They had strong management at the top. They looked at new technologies. They looked at everything and they assessed it. They made a plan. They made a decision and they went forward. In terms of South Korea's case, they're testing 10,000 people or more per day. We ain't doing diddly squat, And France is really shut down. And of course, they're seeing a slowdown. We are seeing an acceleration. Why? Because we have a third, fourth, fifth-rate president and an administration. And of course, the numbers that were coming out now are lagging indicators. By the 31st of this month, only 12 days from now, we could possibly have well over 100,000 confirmed cases. And at the same time, with that number of confirmed cases, we still will not have reached our peak. That is why governors are crying and begging the government, the U.S. federal government, step in and do something, because we have barely done that testing. And it is going to get much worse. And one of the things that is really concerning about all this is it's showing that our testing right now is showing possibly 35 to 40% of those who have been confirmed cases are people under 40, whereas this administration said your chances of getting it are really, really slim. This is very, and this could really affect us quite a bit. So all I got to say is the fourth estate needs to do their job. They need to call this out, that this guy is a con man. This is a con administration. Everything that they're doing is happy talk. They're really not mobilizing the full forces of the United States government. They're looking to profit off of all of this. They're looking to bail out corporations. And we need to call them out on this, this day in and day out. Because in reference to all of this, this guy still doesn't get it. Wall Street has told him for 3 or 4 weeks, you're the problem. You need to straighten this out. All right, and he hasn't done barely diddly squat. It is going to get worse before it gets better. And guess what? We have only one person to blame for all of this, and he and all of his ilk must get, we must get rid of them in November.